All right, we are live. Welcome, guys, to episode 25 of Chat with the Optimist. My name is Mike. Today, we're going to be talking about a scammer I encountered not too long ago. So, first of all, I've got to say happy 25th anniversary episode. Many more anniversaries to come. And because this is our 25th episode, that means we are officially in the top 1% of all podcasts. Because, like I said in the beginning of the series, I think it was only 10% of all podcasts make it to episode 4, and only the top 1% of podcasts end up making it to episode 25. So, pat of the back, Mike. Good job, man. So, today, I just noticed my whole sign's in there. I don't know what I did, but it's working out. So today we're going to be talking about something that happened to me about a month ago, and I must apologize because if I was live streaming then, I would have done it like right away, and I would have had all the sources. But fortunately, the business I'm talking about pretty much wiped all their accounts because clearly it didn't work out for them. So instead, what I'm going to do is, excuse me, can I do like a whiteboard? Let me see. Uh, Fortunately, no. I'm just gonna wing it today. Because I wish I had pictures, but this story is important enough for me to just talk about like this. So about a month ago, I go on Instagram a lot, and I like to scout out my competition or my acquaintances or people who are really like in my field or industry because I like to see what are people doing, not only like to learn from them, but also too to see where my level is compared to them. And I gotta say, most people they have better production value than I do, right? And they put more money into their production value and making tons of content, like multiple pieces of content every single day. And I love to see the ads for them. So I'm learning as well. But I've noticed, especially on Instagram, there's there's a lack of integrity. A lot of people who, they seem really good, and when you first find them, they seem like they're good people and they have a good product and they're very legit. But the truth is, once you get to know them, or you do a little bit of research into them, their website, their business, who they are, things start to you get a clearer picture of them, and you can see based on their advertising they're being pretty dishonest with who they are. Oops, let me fix my microphone. They're being dishonest about who they are, their accomplishments, and what they're providing, um, specifically with younger people. Now I'm 25 myself, so I'm definitely on the younger side, but there's people who are doing this who are only like 16 years old. It's crazy. But say people my age or younger, I have insecurity about my experience and my authority, which I'm building that up because as a younger person, I haven't done that much compared to so many other of the top creators. So I have to find ways to build my authority or have the confidence when I put out a product or a service that it's just as good, if not better, than all the top creators. And I understand that when I see like these people on Instagram that they have that insecurity about authority. But where I lose my sympathies when they lie and they lose their integrity, that they start lying to their audience or maybe not even outright lying, but just being dishonest and not being opaque as opposed to transparent with their experience, their background, what they're providing, and who they are. And that's where I have a problem with because then you're not working in your best interest of your customer base. You're working in your best interest for you. It's all about the money then, right? I can't think of a scenario where I would lie to a client and it would be in the best interest of my client for me to do that. No, it's not. So, and ultimately, too, not only are you hurting your customer, you're hurting your business in the long run because you're going to be damaging your reputation. That you're going to be known as someone, you're be known as a scammer or just someone who's dishonest, and that's going to hurt your future prospects. You're going to get more leads now, more conversions, but people will always find out. They'll always figure it out, and it can spell the doom of your business, right? Especially as you start scaling and growing, and then suddenly you get exposed somehow, and then you lose all these leads and customers, and then suddenly you're not making a profit anymore, and you have to downsize, and you can't build your it's very difficult to build yourself back up. Reputations can take years to build, but can be destroyed overnight. Look at Spencer Cornelia. Right, he was a YouTuber who was known for exposing scammers. That people thought he was a trusted guy, that he was looking out for people, exposing all these bad actors and all these bad businessmen. But quickly overnight, when he got desperate for money, he started acting as a PR business for these scammers. That these scammers would pay him money, and then he would tell his audience, "Oh, look, they're fine, they're legit," right? And he got quickly exposed for that, and people lost his trust. Like, he lost so much trust out of that. So that reputations take a long time to build up. And not only are you hurting your customer, yourself, but also the industry as a whole, because more people will become more skeptical. Like, for example, a couple months ago, I had my money out of my wallet stolen at my gym. That I thought it was a nice area. I thought it was a nice, expensive gym, and I would just like leave my bag out when I was like taking stuff out. And one day I was like took my bag out as I was leaving, and I went to the urinal, and I came back, and my wallet was still there. But luckily, I open it every time I pick up my wallet, and all the cash was gone, and my credit card was stolen. So I had to freeze my credit card and lost a good chunk of cash. But the worst part about that, I don't care about the money. It was really nothing. But the fact is, there is someone I'm going to the gym with now I have to watch out for who would do this kind of stuff. Because not only that, I saw on my credit card statement he tried to go to the Apple store and spend like $5,000 on it. So clearly he's done this before. This is what they do. They try to wash their money. And he would have bought all the Apple stuff and then sold it on the internet. But the worst part was, now I am so much on high alert. Now I'm wearing a fanny pack in the gym, so I never let go of my stuff, on my keys, my wallet, my phone, my earpods. And that's what happens here, like in the industry, where your customers, where the audience has had too many run-ins with these scammers or bad faith people, business owners operating in bad faith. So then they're on high alert. So the business owners with integrity have to do more work to prove that they have integrity and that they're authentic. And it removes a lot of the tools that we use to prove our uh, to prove our au- um, our authority on a subject. And today, we're going to be talking about is testimonials. So if you don't know what a testimonial is, a testimonial is a piece of media that you have from a customer or a client, basically telling that, talking about their thoughts on your product, if they liked it or not, what parts about it they like it, who would they recommend it to, how has that impacted their lives. And testimonials can be, um, it could be a text-based form, it could be videos, it could be audio, it can be live calls. Uh, there's different ways to do it. Like, for example, I can say you're one of my clients, you've been very helped out by my product, that you've made tons of money with this product A, and you're very satisfied. And I come to you and it's like, hey, I'm trying to grow my business. Would you mind making a testimonial for me to spread the word and let other people hear about this product that's helped you so much? And you're like, sure. How do I do it? And there's multiple ways. For example, the easiest way would be like, oh, just write a quick review, like a text-based review, like in our messenger app that we're using right now. And you can do that. Or like a post on our community server. Or you could be like a phone call where I'm just recording our phone call and I'm asking you questions and then you're saying how much you like the product and how it's specifically helped you in your business. Or it could be a video chat like this. Or if I'm doing like a live webinar, like if I'm doing a product launch, I can use that testimonial, like bring you on and then talk about your experience with the product. And that will help build social proof. Because when you have social proof, your customers and these leads, like when you hear specifically real people talk about how your product or service has helped them, it's going to make you feel more comfortable making that decision to buy your product or not. That's why reviews work so well on Amazon or any online store. People like this. If you see the 5-star review or 4.9-star review and you see like, oh, 1,000 people like left a positive review, like they like the product, I probably will too. Compared to a product that doesn't have any reviews, it's kind of a shot in the dark. So that testimonials are important, especially for like selling something online. Now, the problem is over like the years when people figured out how valuable testimonials are and more people use them, you of course had uh, the the people who lack integrity start coming along, and they're like, "Wow, this testimonials give me authority. It gives me authority and social proof. I want to use them, but I never did a product launch, or I don't even have a product or have good reviews, but I still want that authority. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna lie." Yep. So unfortunately, we're seeing the rise of fake testimonials. And the truth is, they're so easy to fake. They really are. And I hate to say this, Biz. We're all about integrity here. And if I ever hear one of my clients or potential candidates start talking about faking their testimonials, I'm going to shut that down right away. I'm like, we don't do that here. We have, we hold ourselves to a high standard here in my program. And will not do I will not assist you at all with that. And if you continue to talk like this, I'm probably going to have to remove you from my program, because I cannot have that kind of conversation being held. There's too many people doing it the right way, and people working too damn hard just uh, for them to be tainted by some scammer. That's really what it is. And it's easy to fake. I see it all the time, and I really think to myself, how easy would this testimonial to be fake when I look at a sales funnel? And a text message, so easy. You can easily go on your messenger app, like you can change your name, like send a text message to yourself, okay? Then make a contact for yourself, changing the name to whatever you want. And then just delete your like the first message you sent. And there you go. It looks like you're having a conversation with someone else. It's so easy to fake. Or you can just do it with your friend or something. Discord, that's another way. Just have 2 accounts. So the text-based ones are ridiculously easy to fake. Um, Now the video and the audio, that's a little harder, but still, it still happens. People will literally hire actors off of Fiverr, or they get their friends to do it, right? And this is where I'm going to get into today's story. I came across this ad of this like kid, and I think he was only like 17, 18 years old. It was clear, but like he was young. But the ad was very high quality, high video production quality, stuff you would expect from professionals. I'm like, wow, this kid's like serious, and he's talking about how and clearly he had a good script going to, like he had a good sales script, like he had a hook, a story, the offer, and he was trying to sell a sales funnel that's like made tons of people, like a lot of people a lot of money. And I saw it was his Instagram page was very new. I looked at it. There wasn't that many stuff, but the stuff that was on there was very good quality. And he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. So I was curious. I'm not interested in buying it at all because I can make that stuff on my own. But I want to see like the people in my industry, what they have to offer. So I go into his sales funnel. His sales funnel selling a sales funnel, and it was very well done. And as a web developer, uh, I can tell I'm a good. I would think I'm a good judge of the quality of certain websites. I can tell what's like amateur, what's like a novice, and what's like expert level. Like you clearly hired someone to do it. And from this kid, what it seemed like he's a great video production, very a great script and great copywriting in the sales funnel, and the website was just very well built. It's clear he was not making it himself. If it was like one thing, like if he just had really good video production skills, or like oh, it's just a very well built website, I would believe it. But he looked too young, and he just had that vibe and experience off of him. And so it was all three, and it was just too clean. It was like, okay, he's clearly getting help, or he's paying people to do this. But I went through, and it's a very well sales funnel, made sales funnel. But I got to the testimonials part, and there he had three testimonials from like three women, three different business owners, and they had a photo of each of them. And each of the testimonials was just like a paragraph of text of like, oh, so and so, John Doe helped me with my sales funnels and helped me with $100,000 launch or something like that. Now, where I got skeptical right away is one of the ways to figure out if a testimonial is real or not is always for ask for the source. Let let me can you give me a contact, some kind of contact to this person? Can I get their social media page for their business? Something just so you can get some kind of verification. Now, if you're legit, this should be easy. And ultimately, as a customer, if you give me your testimonials social media page and I see, okay, they're a real business, and let's just say I asked them if you coach them or not, or you bought their product and they say yes, and they reassert that testimonial, your testimonial suddenly becomes 10 times better because you're able to back it up. That's great. But if you're a fraud, you won't be able to do that. And it's going to go in the opposite direction. So it's really like a shit test, right? I'm testing you to see if you're full of shit. And if you are, you're going to fail it. And if you're not, you're going to pass it with flying colors. Now, so the testimonials, like it's a real fork in the road for you. But this person, I immediately had red flags that they're just posting some woman's picture, her first name only, and then just a paragraph that it looked like. That's another thing. The testimonials did not feel like a real text message or a real like message from that person. They feel curated. You'll see that a lot where I see testimonials like Discord text messages and they just look so fake. They don't seem natural at all. It's not like I'm texting you, John Doe, and I'm like, hey, John, just want to let you know that I took your advice, and the sales are coming in like real quick. Like, thank you so much. Like something that seems natural. Instead, they're like, hey, John, just reaching out to you because of your product, your sales product. I was able to scale my business from 20K a month to 200K a month, and now my business is exploding. I want to thank you and the community and your program so much for all the great advice and the services that you provided. It's totally fake. It's BS. And I'm reading this like I really hope like people aren't falling for this crap. Like, come on, guys. Like, I really hope that people see through it. These are so poorly done. It looks like they got. It looks like they took their testimonials from like a testimonial template. It comes off like very like hello fellow kids, like what corporations do when they try to act cool, or in this case, they're trying to act like sincere. So what coolness? How big companies fail with trying to be cool. Scammers or just bad faith business owners fail to be authentic. And this is a perfect example. It just comes off as cringy. So back to our kid. Let's just call him Parker. Or not, yeah, let's call him Parker. This is, I think his first name starts with the letter P. I don't want to expose the kid because he's young. But so Parker, for example, he makes a sales funnel and he has like 3 women in there. And I'm like, okay, I want to do some research because I already can, my spidey senses are ticking off. Like I'm 98% sure this guy's full of crap. Okay. So I looked up like the first name of this woman and see if like he's following her like on Instagram or she's following him, and nothing. None of these women were following. None of the women with their names were following this Instagram account. So that's immediately a red flag, because if this business is brand new and you don't even have like 100 followers yet, or 100, like you, I'm pretty sure he only had, like 10, and his page just started up. So like, how did you find these people? And you already look so professional. But I wasn't giving up. I couldn't find them on Instagram, couldn't do any of my searches. But I took the photo of the first one, and she looked very good a photograph of her, like clearly professionally taken. She's like dressed to the nines, and she reminded me of like would be like the white. She looked like a wife of a TV evangelical Christian like preacher, like just real tacky, real just over the top. And she's like in her had to be like mid 40s, mid 50s. So what I did was I saved the image and did a reverse image lookup. If you don't know, you can look up reverse image search, and you can upload any image you want, and it will search the entire web of where this image has been posted, or very similar images. So I did that, and I found some matches about who this woman was, or mystery woman. Right. And I found a website of her business. Like, okay, this business actually exists. But that didn't, you would think me finding her business page and seeing like, and seeing something legit, that would make me believe Parker more, but it only raised suspicion. I'm going to get into that later. There's something about the website I found and the business she's in that I'm like, oh, I just opened a can of worms. But before I tell you that, I'm going to tell you what I did after. I decided to do more research, and I got her full name. I looked her up and found she had multiple businesses, and I finally got her Instagram page. Now, her Instagram page, I started looking, and I noticed something peculiar about her, her username and her name itself. But I decided to look through the photos and see a bunch of business stuff. But then I saw actually an image of her with Parker together. They had a photo together. So I'm like, oh wow. So they must know each other, like they're close. So that's how they got like and connected, and Parker built her sales funnel. And in fact, they were so close that that photo was like at Parker's high school graduation. she, man, I only wish I had a client. Like I helped so much, like a client that I provided so much value to, and I built such a connection with, that he would show up to a graduation of mine, especially if I had like my high school graduation. I must have like I got to give it to Parker. He must have helped that woman so much that she would show up to his high school graduation and take a photo with him. Like, bravo, bravo, Parker. Like, he must have provided so much value and built such a great relationship with her. In fact, he must have provided so much value that she did the honor to honor Parker. She must have changed her last name to Parker's last name. So now, like, they have the same last name. Like, wow. Only one of my customers changed their last name to Harton. I would be honored. I look up to Parker for that. Like, he's able to do one of his customers, like, amazing. Amazing. Right. Right. It's incredible. So, if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm being facetious. I can't even pronounce that. This woman was Parker's mother. Parker was using his mother as a testimonial. So I don't have a problem with, say, what if this business, like, he did help her out? Like, sometimes your first customers have to be people you know. Either it could be a sibling or a friend, that's okay. Or a business partner, that's okay. Right. The issue I have with Parker is clearly he didn't make any funnels. He didn't make anything for his mother because his mother is a marketer herself. In fact, a marketer that's not just like on a single plane, right? She's actually a marketer that possesses like that on multiple levels, right? On multiple levels. And in fact, there's a word for that, right? I think it's called, that's right, multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing. So this is what his mother's into. She's a pretty big time multi-level marketer. I forget the businesses names that she's involved in. She's involved with a lot, but clearly she's been doing this. I looked up like since the late 2000s. And the thing with multi-level marketing, I might do an episode on it myself, is I will not ever associate with any multi-level marketing or will ever have a multi-level marketer as a client. They are not. They will never be a candidate of mine because we operate with integrity. But the problem with them, like, very few of them make money, and the people who do make money off of it have to sell their soul. They have to knowingly pretty much be a scammer. I know you're screwing off so many people, like desperate or vulnerable people, to do it, and she clearly did that. And she made a cult of personality image around her too. That I told her she looks like a preacher's, like an insane preacher's wife. Yeah, it starts to make sense. She fits the part so well, and her products include like a bunch of sales funnel marketing, just digital marketing stuff. Like, it's my industry, but I see it that there's so many bad faith business owners, people putting out products that are complete garbage. It's just all hype. You will not believe. I'm going to share it in the future. You will not believe how bad some of these products are. Like, these digital products, literally stuff you can put together in like Google Sheets or Excel in 2 minutes. It's pathetic. I'm not gonna lie. It's pathetic how bad some of the stuff is, and they're trying to pass it off as a paid product. I find it absurd. um, but yeah, I think as a whole, though, the digital marketing, it's so why it attracts these scammers is it's so lucrative and so it is a great field that you can. It really helps. Businesses will always need marketing, especially with the internet age. The internet, more and more people are buying stuff on the internet and living on the internet, and businesses need more leads on the internet. It's just growing and growing and growing. Every single year, more money has been made on the internet than the previous year since 1999. It's not going away; it's just growing. So it's a very lucrative field and very important field. But as a result, there's a low barrier of entry, especially on the lower levels. Excuse me. So there's a lot of people who want to get into it, but don't actually develop a good product or service or expertise or authority on the subject. So they just jump in right away within a month, like of just starting and trying to act like an expert and put out these crappy products. It's terrible. And she's involved with that stuff. Where I'm like, when you really break down their sales funnel about what they're actually offering, if you just ignore all the copywriting and the fluff, you got to ask yourself: Are you willing to pay $1,000 for this crap? Uh, Because that's what it is. Um, these low-level multi-level marketers, I'm sick of them, especially ones selling the same thing, products they don't even make. It's crazy. But yeah, this woman, she looks like a demon. uh, if I had all the rest of the stuff, I would show her too, but I just don't want to be like a one-off thing. But anyway, back to the story. It's clear. I looked into Parker more. I found like his LinkedIn page, and he's going to college now. So I think that's why he stopped. He's going to college. But I really think what happened is this woman's involved in all these businesses, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to get my son involved too. I'm going to make him some money. I'm going to help him with his business." Um, so I think she gave Parker everything. She got him like a video editing agency. She got someone to build him a sales funnel and infrastructure. And all he did was record the videos and just lie about being an expert on digital marketing when he hasn't built a damn thing. And if I was talking to Parker right now, that's what I would say. Like, I won't crush his dreams, but I'm like, I'm going to be real with him that you can't be walking around with like no integrity. Like I understand your mother has built her whole life around being a piece of garbage, but you could be different. um, so that's what I would say to him. Um, but ultimately, like you got to have standards, man. So I decided to play with Parker a little because uh, I love to see people's response to things. Of Right, you got to confront them in an indirect way. So, under his original ad, because I saw no one was really like responding, actually, except one guy who said like, "Oh, it's like a scam." But I made a comment actually, like, "Oh, hey Parker, I read your sales funnel. Can you give me some links to your testimonials? I'm interested in seeing their businesses. Can you show me their social media page?" And I thought I would just got like he would either ignore me or give me a simple comment. Obviously, not giving me any pages, because if I looked at his mother's page, or probably I don't even know who the other two women are, probably her friends. I would have saw it was like a scam right away. Um, but what he did surprised me. Like within 3 hours, I got a notification on Instagram of Parker tagging me in a post. He made a new post, a video on Instagram. It's pretty much like literally him like holding up his camera, like filming himself, whatever room he's in. He has my comment on the screen and he's talking like, "Hey, Mike, thanks for responding. Asking me a question." And he made a whole custom video within 3 hours. Now that's impressive, but if you're small, that's a red flag, right? That you're supposed to be he's not doing it, right? He has a production team behind him. He has a someone telling him what to do. So ultimately, what happened was in this video, like it had subtitles too. So within 3 hours, Yuri had a response, came up with a response, and Yuri had this script written out, and you recorded it, and you had the subtitles. You have all subtitles and images put into the video. That's red flag. I could not do that. Well, I probably could in 3 hours. If someone responded to me on YouTube and I saw it right away and I had the time right then and there, I could make something like 3 hours. But the fact is, it would just been too much of a coincidence for this guy. He clearly has someone lined up that he can some kind of company that he can quickly film a video and then send it to the company, and then they would have it back real quick. So money. There's has to be a lot of money behind it. So, did he answer my question though? He made this very highly produced video. Did he answer my question? What do you think? So I asked him specifically, can you give me a link to your testimonials? Can you give me a link to the social media pages of your clients? Because I'm interested in seeing the results. Now, he didn't answer my question. He just said, "Oh, thanks for asking. Thank you for your question, Mike." And then he went on for like 45 seconds about some BS. He brought up Jen. Her mother's name is Jen, so I'll give you that. He brought up Jen. Um, Say like, "Oh, I helped Jen build the sales funnel and all this stuff," but like, he talked about the testimonial about, "Oh, I helped her out. I helped Jen out." Excuse me. I helped Jen out, and this is what I mean. She made this amount of money in this amount of time, but didn't give any more information. He pretty much just paraphrased the testimonial. Didn't give me any more information about her full name, her social media pages, or her company name. He just ignored my question. The fact is, he couldn't because he was a fraud. See, that could have been a perfect opportunity. If you guys have an opportunity like that, someone asking you for the receipts of your claims and you're able to back it up, that's how you make a lot of money. Because that's how you can make a diehard customer or diehard client. Because they're like, I give this guy a shit test and he passed it with flying colors. They removes all doubt, not just from them, but from everyone else who watches that video. It's a great opportunity. But Parker, because he lacked integrity, he couldn't do that. So he could either ignored it or he tried to turn into a positive, which made him look worse. Because the question was right on the screen. He didn't answer it. So many marketers like to dress things up with fluff because they don't and just talk and talk and talk, but they're not really saying anything. Ultimately, they're just trying to cover up for the lack of having anything to say. I see that so much. Is that someone you really want to work with? Someone who's just going to waste your consultation times with this fluff and nonsense and stuff that doesn't actually have any pragmatic utility? Someone who's going to lie to you and be dishonest, and when you need desperate help to get more sales or get more leads or conversions or retaining your customers, and they're going to just make stuff up just so you can buy their next coaching program or their next product. You got to ask yourself that. Is this someone I want to do business with? Right away, within the first few seconds of me ever encountering you through this ad, you're already lying to me. That's how we're starting off this relationship. That's the danger of having a lack of integrity. You'll almost always get exposed. I've seen it with so many people business owners who've made $100,000 in less than 24 hours. That good of business campaigns of launches, and then a few years down the line, present day, everything collapsed because of their lack of integrity. They screwed over too many people. They promised things they couldn't deliver on, and now they're desperate for business, and they're struggling to even find leads. Because all their business associates that they left them, and it happens so much. And they could try a new business field or to relaunch, but I think the issue with the lack of integrity is if you are successful with it early on, it becomes too tempting to do it again. That's the problem with dirty money, is that when people see how easy it is to make money illegally, theft, drugs, scamming, they see how easy it is, and also how quickly you can get money. It just becomes very difficult to go back to making clean money again. That's the truth. And it's like an addiction because it's very difficult to go back to doing things the right way. So you keep doing things the dirty way over and over again, and you fall into that trap, right? Like that the multi-level marketer, Jen. She made her whole life surrounded by all these pyramid schemes and screwing over people. She's probably numb to it, and she's probably deluded herself into thinking she's helping these people, and it's their fault that they're losing money. But that's why they keep they. It's the same thing with people. Anyone who, so many people who fall for these multi-level marketing stuff or network marketing. Usually, it's never just one. They usually fall into like multiple, like one after another, because ultimately, like the dream is too tempting of just working from home and barely doing any work, and they just have to. They think it's easy to make all tons of money. Right. So I hope Parker does. He starts making money the legit way. It's not the right path of starting business without integrity. There's too many businesses like that, and it's not sustainable. And I value sustainability a lot. I'm starting this business. It's not like, oh, this is like a 6 month venture or 2 year venture of like an experiment. Like, oh, it's my side hustle. I'm going to make some money here, maybe get big, and then I'm going to get tired of it and wind it down, and then I'm going to stop and then go on to something else. No, this is my life business. I'm going to be doing this my whole life. I'm going to have to retire with the money I make off this business. I have to grow. Like, yeah, I got to grow into, I might be a little sapling right now, but I got to grow into a mighty oak. And in order to do that, I have to be consistent. It has to be sustainable. And I have to do things the right way with a solid foundation. Because I know with working with integrity, this first year, I'm not going to make any money, $0. But in 5 years, I'm going to be making $1 million. Why? These three core traits to make a sustainable business. And the biggest toxic or poison for that to destroy that dream is to go into business in bad faith and start lying to people or being dishonest. Being dishonest and talking about pretending I'm like this seasoned business owner and I've scaled and sold tons of businesses and I have all these credentials and I've made all these great things. No, my name is Mike Harden. I'm 25 years old. I went to art school. I'm a web developer. I've been doing YouTube since 2014. The most viewed video I have has 33,000 views. And I've had 3 failed channels. That's who I am. And I'm getting better. Because I know one day I'll be able to say, my name is Mike Harden, and I have a multi-million-dollar business, and I'm the best damn content marketer out on the internet right now. That's what I'm working towards. And I'm not going to get there by faking testimonials. Ever. Every single testimonial I will ever put out is 100% legitimate, and I will have receipts for that. If someone like me would ask, can I have the social media page for them? I'd be like, social media page? I'll give you their phone number. That's how serious I am. Because it's not about the money. It's about helping you guys. This is just a dream of mine, to be a content marketer and how to teach people. This is my mission. Not to just convince people to buy some products online so I can go and quit my job and live the entrepreneur lifestyle, move to Miami and hang out on boats with hoes and snorting coke. That's horseshit. What I want is to I enjoy this. I like live streaming. I love teaching. I love YouTube marketing. And I don't care if I have 1,000 viewers, live viewers, or none. I'll do this regardless. This is turning kind of personal. Um, I was just going to talk about some scammer, right? That's selling, what is it, like a $10,000 program. I don't even know what he's selling. Like, I've seen, I don't know if it was specifically Parker, but I've seen people try to sell like a $10,000 program. And I could tell, like, you can tell, like, they're full of crap, or at least they're partially full of crap. If you were to put down $10,000 and you're able to spot a lie, what else are they lying about? That you're putting that much of an investment to someone who is being dishonest with you? Are you nuts? Mentors and coaches, the number one requirement for them, maybe even above competency, is trust, because you're putting your faith in them, in their guidance, in their authority, in their expertise. And you can fake competency, you can fake all that, but you can't fake trust. There's too many assholes out there. That's what they are. Too many assholes who are willing to just lie to your face. Lie to your face, talking about and acting like they're experts on something that they really shouldn't have any voice on. And I kind of get where they're coming from. Like, they want to feel, they read some books, they want to become that expert, but they're not ready yet. I'm not charging $1,000 consultations. I don't think I ever will charge that much. I'm not doing that because I'm not an expert. I'm not an authority in this field yet of content marketing. I can provide some value, but I know, because I'm not an expert yet, I'm giving it all away for free for you guys. I'm like, here's what I got. Please come along with the journey, join my community, see what you think. I hope it's helpful for you guys, because I don't feel comfortable yet charging you guys for anything. Because I've done a lot of work, I've done a lot of studying, I did a lot of, I'm doing, like, applying that knowledge now, but I'm not there yet. I will be one day. And I know I'm confident enough when I'm there that day, there's going to be people lining up for my products. And whatever sales funnel I use then, you'll be damn sure they won't be fake testimonials. Oh man, yeah, it just upsets me. It's testimonials are fake. Communities are fake, where they have, like, or live streams where, like, people have these, like, communities, like Discord servers, school servers, Patreon groups, and they'll have, like, fake moderators to act like they're like this big team. But meanwhile, it's just one guy running 3 moderator accounts, acting like, "Oh, here's my social media manager, and here's, like, my, content manager," but it's all you on the same, it's your burner accounts. Or people on, like, YouTube, like, or Twitch, doing fake super chats, like sending myself a super chat. That's, like, sad. To act like people, like, are interested in, like, sending me chats or whatever, or buying followers, buying subscribers. It's insecurity. It's insecurity about, you don't feel like you're good enough because maybe you're not yet, and also too, you're sequence breaking. I love talking about this with my friend about sequence breaking in life. And sequence breaking means, let's say, in terms of video games, like jumping ahead of the game to a place or a level that you're not supposed to be yet. You're breaking the sequence of things. So, for example, if I'm reading a 20 chapter book, that'll be me like reading the first 5 chapters, then jumping to chapter 10 and then finishing the book. I just missed like 4 chapters. That's sequence breaking. And in terms of business, sequence breaking is you're trying to fake your authority. You're faking your expertise, your social proof, your relevancy, all that stuff. And you can do that with testimonials, um, followers, products, even like what products you're selling. They don't want to go through the sequence of building a product, a good quality product. So people just steal them. People just steal their products, or say with like consulting, they don't want to actually study and go through experiences to become an expert, to be a good consultant. They don't want to read all the books and go apply that knowledge and doing all the research. No, they just want to they'll just have these consultations, make people pay, and then just talk out of their ass for like an hour. Yeah, it's that. So the things I mentioned: testimonials, followers, expertise, um, yeah, or even just faking how big your company is, acting like you're a hot deal, but you're just a one man army. Stop acting like you have employees when you don't have employees. Stop acting like you live in Miami and you live in a loft with the view of the beach, and you're just casually just have dollars, wads of cash hanging around. You're smoking cigars and driving sports cars when you're not, or acting like this is your full time job when you do have a full time job. I have a full time job. I work 9 to 5. I'm a web developer. That's why I don't stream then, because I work. I'm not lying about this. I do this at night. Why? Because I'm not making money on this right now. I don't have to lie and pretend that, oh, I made it. That's what it is. You're pretending that you made it before you actually made it. Because people see, they want to shortcut the authenticity so they can immediately start making money. Instead of building your business, doing the hard work and the time and the consistency to build your business over the first year, you want to get to the end of the first year immediately so you can start making money and shortcut people. And therefore you're lying, because you haven't done the hard work that you're advertising to people that you're saying that you did, but you haven't. And I realize I'm using a lot of you. I'm really more talking to business owners who do this or considering doing it. I know my audience, like you guys are authentic, and that's what I've strived for. My audience members who have these qualities, like me, who are doing business the right way. But it takes time, man. Right? I don't care if it takes me 1, 2, 5 years. I'll stick it out. I'm okay. I'm not desperate for money where I need money right now. I'm waiting for the ask, because I know I'm just going to provide value, free value, free value, free value, free value. Help you guys as much as possible, as long as I can, so I can build that authority. So you guys can see in my journey, like, oh wow, this Mike Harden guy, he actually knows what he's doing. He's actually helped me for free. His content like boosts sales for my business. I want to do that, provide that free value, because I know when I eventually do the ask, I'm not gonna have to sweat it. I'm not gonna have to lie at all, because I've done the hard work and I'm putting the work, and it's gonna pay off. And I'm not gonna lie, it's frustrating sometimes seeing all these people, especially on Instagram, who are taking shortcuts and knowing they're making money. knowing people are buying their $1,000 products. And I kind of think like, should I just jump in right away? I have those thoughts. Objectively, I know I'm not. I have a plan. I'm going to stick with the plan. There's nothing wrong with the plan. I just got to execute it. But yeah, it's a little frustrating. I would love to do this full time and be an entrepreneur and make tons of money. But I know I care more about my customers. I care more about providing free value. I care more about this business being sustainable in the long term and building a fantastic foundation so I can be an industry leader. So yeah, not gonna lie, like it's a little frustrating. And I really hope that I'm not losing customers, people, where they see them and then me, and they're like, "Oh, with Mike, I have to do all this work," or like he's not as he lives doesn't live in a Miami loft. He, he he doesn't have high quality production value. He doesn't have this amazing background. He never sold like a $10 million business compared to these people on Instagram. Well, honestly, now that I think about it, I don't want those guys. If you can't see what I'm doing, I don't want you here. You can't see why these qualities matter, and you more care about just get money quick, then we're just not a good match. We're not. The guys and girls who are here who do possess those qualities are striving for them and want to do things the right way for their business because they built relationships, quality, respectable relationships with your clients and want more of those high quality relationships, then we get each other. And I want to work with you. And those kinds of people I know don't fake testimonials. So yeah, that drives me up the wall when I see that because I think, especially with this industry, I worry: am I going to be labeled like that? Or I think like, is this industry too saturated? Yeah, this are honestly my thoughts I've had. Right? I know objectively or not, that's wrong. It's lucrative, but just, it's kind of like the trades, right? There's a lot of money to be made in the trades having your own business, but there's a lot of businesses out there that don't have good ethics. That uh, they'll drive up the prices and act like things are broken when they're not, and pretty much do bad work to get as and try to suction as much money out of their customers as possible. But there's good quality contractors who do good work at a fair price. Those are my kinds of guys. So to sum it all up, Parker, don't go down this path, even though your name's not actually Parker. Don't go down this path. Be a good business owner. You can become, you can sell good sales funnel, but you got to make it on your own, not your mother, not your mother, and commit to it too. That's what I think about these people, these guys and scammers. They don't commit to their business because they're all about the instant gratification money. And as soon as they're not getting that, or things start to dry up, or they get exposed, they abandon ship. And they're not just abandoning ship with their business; they're abandoning ship with their clients. That's huge. They're even though I'm talking about them, they don't produce good content. or good quality products or services, there might be people who are getting good help from them. Are you just gonna leave them dry? They will because they don't care. They get gratification from money hitting their bank account, not the thank yous they received from their loyal customers. Yeah, that sums it up. So, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't noticed, I updated my channel banner. I'm going to be releasing, I brought up earlier, a free product of content marketing essentials. This is pretty much what it is an introduction to what I'm doing on this channel of how to just pretty much a primer of what is content marketing, how to get into it, my recommendations for starting. Um, so I'm building that package, which you'll find in the community tab fairly soon. And I'll be updating that over the years whenever I want to make a change or I have something new to add. So, excuse me. So definitely check that out when it does. Because that's my focus right now. But in terms of my live streams, I'm going to be live streaming at least 3 days a week. You can hold me to that. If I don't, I'll be sure to tell you. There's probably like 2 weeks in September that I won't be doing that because I'll be away. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely check out for more. I definitely look forward in the future. I'm going to be talking about other business owners and actually showing you like the screen share or like people I found about what to do, good things and bad things to do. You should definitely. They're gonna be fun episodes. I just hope I don't get reached out at all to people. But if you're putting your stuff out there and if you should be able to stand by it. If you feel so insecure that like about your business material, then you should really look at yourself about what kind of stuff you're putting out, right? I'm proud of all the stuff I make, and if someone has a problem with it, I'll look at it honestly and I tell them if I agree or disagree. If I agree, if there's an issue, I'll change it. If not, I'll just leave it be. Right? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. So, peace.